At the time of this recording, which hasn't been a full-on week yet, Serato introduced us to Serato Sample version 2.0, which is a VST plugin that allows you to sample, but they improved it by adding stems. And boy, did they blow us away. Oh, you need an example, right? Well, let me show you real quick. I have this royalty-free sample by Sonic Gems. I'll have it linked in the description box, but besides the point here, the stems can do the following. I can take away these drums in this track. I can take away the bass or even the melody itself. And then we are left with just the vocal. So it is extremely phenomenal just off the strength of that. And some of the things that Serato Sample already did very well was key detection and so forth. And don't forget about that time stretch. If you want to learn more about how Serato Sample version 2.0 works, I have 2 videos linked in the description box. However, plenty of people in the comment section compared this to RipX. And yes, that's what this video is about. What's the difference between the two and how are they similar? So what are the similarities between the two? Because I understand why someone would be confused. Well, they both give you control over the stems of a song. They both give you the BPM information so you can further manipulate that sample. They give you the scale information of the sample, which is important if you have something that does scale locking like a MIDI controller. And that's basically it. I'm being dead ass serious. One of the biggest difference between Serato Sample and RipX is that Serato Sample works inside of your DAW as a VST or AU plugin. For example, I can chop up this sample right in front of us. And I can do other things as well within a DAW. Well, game over. We have a winner. Serato Sample is the best out of everything on the market. Well, it's not that simple, to be honest. What we have in front of us is RipX. And what these squiggly lines represent are RIP language. So it's a cross between the RIP audio and MIDI, so that we know that we have some files in front of us, which is this right here, the same sample that I was using earlier. If you look to the left of the UI, you'll see that you have different tracks. So this track right here represents the voice. So we're going to take a listen to that and let's hear what the voice sounds like. Let's go to the bass. I'm 1000% sure that you don't understand the appeal of RipX. Let me show you. This is what separates the children from the grown men. So I'm gonna go down here to the bottom left side of the UI, and then I'll go to set musical scale. What you can do in here, and I wanna show you quickly, is to detect. So you can detect the key and it'll give you that information where it says C# harmonic minor. But to take it a step further, now that we detected the scale, what I want to do is focus on the guitar track. So what I'll do is solo the guitar track and then play it. And from here, what we'll do is detect the scale again, but this time we're going to go and do something different. So we'll select an E natural minor, and then we'll go over here to auto pitch the scale. And what that will do, we'll change it to a E natural minor the best way that it can. So what do we have? Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. It did sound a bit messy when it switched over to an E natural minor. However, the idea is there where you can rearrange the chord progressions and stuff like that within that sample. And then you can kind of understand where I'm coming from in terms of just opening up ideas. Let's see if we can get a little bit better of an improvement. but we're not gonna focus on it. What I do recommend is checking out other parts of the scale that you might like. Like I can go over here to the D natural minor. I can actually do this in real time too as well. So let's go ahead and play that. As I set up the D natural minor. And now you can see the power of RipX, but it gets a little deeper than that because you can replace instruments and stuff like that too. I will have a full video linked in the description box of, other things that you can do with RipX because I've explored this before. Fair warning and disclaimer, RipX is an educational tool. However, you can do some really nasty shit with this thing as I play this loop. As we know, we ain't gotta say whose loop this is. But it does not exist in this world. And what I did was I looped it perfectly so that you guys can hear it. What I'm gonna do is go over here to different aspects of this, like the snare over here. And let's go ahead and highlight these snares. So I'm selecting these snares and I'm gonna shift them up. And we can just change stuff at our leisure. Let's unselect some stuff. And all you can do, you can just go a little bit further than that. What I'm gonna do is select this percussion. And yeah, you can see the power of RipX and the difference between that and Serato. You can get some different tones and stuff like that, let's say that, and you can adjust stuff. And if you want to set the musical scale in different ways and randomize it, you can on every other track. So, you can kind of change stuff up, honestly. So you're starting to see why I like RipX. I have some dirty shit I'm about to pull off. So let's hear stem quality. I'm pretty sure people want to compare that, so I will go ahead and solo everything in Serato Sample. It's the same sample, by the way. And what we'll do is we'll go with the bass first. So let's hear the bass quality. And now I will pull up RipX because I did rip this stuff down and it's separated by bass, drum, other, and vocal. So let's go ahead and grab the bass real quick and slide it into Edison. And now we'll play it in Edison. Not bad, not bad. I can hear a little bit of bleed. Now let's go ahead and play it in Serato Sample. It's a little bit more muffled, but I hear less of the bleed from the other tracks. And just from hearing the quality of the rip in real time in Serato versus the full-on rip in RipX, I do think that Serato Sample sounds better. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So to sum things up, they both have their use case. Like I would use Serato Sample for instant gratification. I mean, you can instantly chop up a sample and you have instant access to your stems and you can instantly manipulate every individual chop at once, while RipX, you have the ability to use different tools and replace different instruments as well. Make sure that you see the video in the description box. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss that. Overall though, I definitely think that Serato Sample has the better stem quality, at least in the example that I used in this video. However, RipX, you can go a little bit further and you can detect the scale and move around notes and, overall change what the sample would sound like normally. And, that is kind of useful, especially if you need that information so you can go about making your own sample or just, I don't know, just taking a sample. Again, I want to remind people that RipX isn't supposed to be used in that manner. And, I want to be fair to Hit'n'Mix Audio, which sponsored this video. And they were very courageous to go against Serato Sample because, they're the lesser known company, but they do offer a lot. And yeah, I want you to check it out. They have a 30-day trial. I think it's worth you checking out for free. I'm not gonna push you into it or anything like that, but I definitely wanna hear your opinions. To the right of me, I have more content for that ass. Make sure that you subscribe. What you think about this comparison video? I mean, I have to give a big shout out to Hit'n'Mix for taking the challenge. They were great sports about this video. Hey, look, an honest sponsorship, that go crazy. But which one do you prefer?